Okay. All righty. All right. I'm your soul brother Talib once again. Coming at you. Um, Man, how can I start this one off? Well, I won't say it like someone else always said, but I'll say it in a similar way, like someone always says when they talking about something grinding their gears. I'll say this: what kills me is, yeah, I'm gonna start it off like this. What kills me is this: is how you'll get black people saying we are all brothers and sisters since we come from the same unquote race. No, we're not all black brothers. We're not all brothers. We're not all sisters. Okay? Let's get that straight. You know, we're not all kinfolk. You know what I'm saying? And those of us that are directly descendants of slaves born here in America are not kinfolk by blood, of course, and also in spirit, we're not brothers or sisters in all cases either. I want to just point that out. You know, I just want to make that perfectly clear, as someone would say. You know, because first of all, you know, the stuff that goes on among black people in this country is very horrific. And yes, I'm talking about the negative stuff that goes on with black people. So those of you that want to come with a rebuttal that I'm sounding negative, hey, take it like you want to, because it is what it is. I mean, at the end of the day, we out here killing each other at wholesale numbers. You know, we don't even know how to act like we got sense during this COVID-19 pandemic by social distancing ourselves from each other, which is why a lot of us is being affected, and why they say the so-called African American is more affected by this health crisis pandemic than any other group of people here in the United States. And I could look and see why. We still out there doing what we've been doing even prior to the coronavirus pandemic. Like I say, we out here passing, you know, joints off to each other, sharing drinks with each other, zipping 40 ounces behind each other, and doing all this other crazy stuff. You know, passing the crack pipe to each other. You know how it go. Passing the heroin needle back and forth to each other. You know, while we killing ourselves. So, I mean, hey, it is what it is. And, you know, I'm not going to pull no punches when I say what I got to say concerning this crap. You know, far as, you know, all black people are brothers and sisters. No, that's not true. You know, I remember a long time back, people, you know, when I was doing time, people used to say, everybody black ain't your brother. And that's true. I agree with that. Everybody black ain't your sister. You know, I got to watch you niggas more than I watch these racists. Hello? I got to watch you niggas more than I got to watch these racists. Peckerwoods. Even where I live at. here in the white conservative, predominant Caucasian state here in the Midwest. Yeah, and I got to watch niggas more here. You know, even though I'm around a lot of these hillbillies and peckerwoods and racist Confederate flag toting motherfuckers, excuse my French, but I'm just calling it like I see it. Because it's appalling when you get these blacks, especially on social media, in the pro-black conscious community that always spit that word brother out their mouth. No, everybody that look like you ain't your brother. You know, and I'm just calling it like it is. You know, I mean, I'm not saying it would never happen, and I'm not even thinking on terms of whether it will ever happen. But you know, I never had no Caucasian aim no pistol at me. No, I take that back. Yeah, they have aimed the pistol at me, but I ain't never had one to shoot it at me like a black did. Okay? A couple of times a black person shot at me trying to take my life. Okay? I done been robbed by blacks. Okay? I done been set up or attemptedly set up by blacks. Okay? More so than I ever have Caucasians my whole life. Okay? And I've been around just as many Caucasians in my life as I've been around black people in my life. Equally. Okay? So don't sit up here and tell me that everybody black is your brother. That's not the truth. And I'm a first-hand witness to that. Okay? So, I mean, I don't want to hear that. Yeah, and like I say, yeah, we may be descendants. One thing we may have in common is that we may be descendants of, slaves born in this country. Yeah, I get that. But, like someone would say, had it not been for slavery, a lot of us wouldn't even be dealing with each other. We wouldn't even have nothing to do with each other. But because of us being forced into slavery is how we came to be in this situation. Okay? Because had we not been in slavery, a lot of us who were already divided among each other as tribes and, and for other different reasons, wouldn't even have nothing to do with each other. I mean, just look over there at the continent of Africa. We could see that over there happening. Even though they were colonized, but they wasn't in slavery like we was either. And they still can't get along because of tribalism or because of different countries they're from over there on that continent. And one reason as well is why they can't unite. As a whole. And it's just like the same thing over here in America with black people. We have that same mentality. And matter of fact, along with what we was taught by the racists for over 400 years, we act out worse than the racists do toward each other. Just look at how we kill each other every day. Like I said, how we commit crimes against each other every day, victimize each other every day, prey upon each other every day. No matter what we run across each other at, 90-some% of the time, you got some black trying to prey on you, on how he or she gonna victimize you. The same ones that look like you that you call your brother and sister. I mean, I guess Malcolm X was thinking that every nigga with a bow tie and a suit on was his brother. Until they pulled that trigger and killed him, I mean, we are not brothers. All of us ain't brothers. All of us is not the same, especially when it comes to the factor in factoring the mentality differences. We definitely are not the same, and this is why we cannot unite. And to be honest with you, like I've said in other previous videos, this is why we probably would never unite. I'm saying we probably might not never unite. Even though I hope one day we can. Even in the circumstances that we still in, I hope we can rise out of this some kind of way. But it don't seem like it. It don't seem like it will ever happen. I truly, honestly don't think it will ever happen. But I can only hope that it do. But I don't think it will ever happen. And I'm just being straight up. And like I say, I'm just speaking the truth, and I'm just speaking from 1000% realism as far as what I see that's going on with us. We don't have no type of organization commonly as far as common accord go when it comes to trying to work together anyway, because we are divided, whether it's along religion lines, tribal lines, geographical lines, and all this other crazy stuff. And then we wonder why we are at the bottom, totem pole of every other group of people in this world, especially here in this country. So like I said, we are all not brothers and sisters. That's just not the truth. And I wish, and I'm speaking directly to you pro-black ones out there, I wish you would quit putting that out there, because that's not a fact. And good and well it's not a fact. I mean, it's at the point now where, we can't even depend on each other in no kind of way. I mean, it's just that bad. We don't have, we can't even treat each other righteously as families. When it comes to us as being just individual families, we can't get along. I know in my family, it's a lot of division and separation and stuff going on, whether it's in many other families that exist in the black community or among the dark-skinned descendant of a slave born in America population, and I mean, I've even heard stories about Crips and Bloods fighting each other in the streets, whether it be on the West Coast or wherever they be at, not even realizing that they relatives, but they killing each other over colors, over throwing up gang set trip signs, or I'm a vice lord, or I'm a black gangster disciple. I'll blow your head off and do it, and then find out that was your actual biological relative that you just killed, that you finna probably do life in the penitentiary for killing. I mean, this shit's crazy. I mean, all this kind of stuff is going on. We don't have no type of love for each other. I mean, this is just real. Whether it's, like I say, somebody we know from off the streets, or that we done seen from off the streets, or that we related to biologically, most of us don't have no type of love for each other because of jealousy, envy, other different crazy reasons. I mean, everybody want to be secretive. Don't nobody want to really come together on nothing. I mean, it's just crazy. But you claim you love someone, but your actions show different a lot of times too, in the way that you do things. I mean, and I don't care if it's a relative or not. It all applies to whoever, where, like they say, where the foot fit the shoe at, That's how it applies. If the shoe fit, then it applies. And like I said, I'm not gonna back down from that because it's a fact. I mean, hey, I done got to where's in this point in time in my life that I don't even care to be around black people. Although I may have been an activist in the struggle for, dark skin liberation in this country for a long time, one way or another, But I really, to be truthful, I'm at the point that I don't want to be around black people. And I have a right to feel why I don't want to be around black people. And if you want to make a comment when you watch this video in the comment section and discuss it, jot it down, and I will get right with you on why I don't particularly care to be around black people. It's getting to that point more and more in my life because of what I see and what's going on among us. And I have a right to feel that way, whether you like it or not. And I never openly said this in any video that I've made, but this is the first time I'm coming straight out saying this because of the irreprehensible stuff that I see that goes on among us as a people. It just don't make no sense. Like I was saying earlier to somebody, Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X, if they could wake up and look outside their caskets, they'll be rolling over 1,000 times until, infinity. Seeing how we do each other for all of what they fought against, that we still do to each other. And here it is, we running around just like rag dolls, like a chicken with our head cut off, not knowing from our front to back, our right to left, our left to right, we just gone. Like Public Enemy used to say, how low can you go? I mean, we have gotten just that low, and it's like, I just don't understand it no more. Well, I can understand it to a degree, but I done got to the point I don't even try to understand it no more than I do. Especially when it's beyond my own comprehension, I just don't try to understand it. Because I know, that we have a potential to do better as a people. But since we don't want to do it is, first of all, by uniting and carving out a new reality existence from what we know as black people in this country, and that we have been known for generations upon generations since we've been here in this country as slaves. I mean, it would seem by now, at this some point in time, that we would, snap out of where we at. But apparently, that's not the case with us. So, and like somebody did tell me, I can't be worrying about black people. I just got to let them be. And you know what? I totally agree with that individual about that. I totally agree. I'm at the ends of wits with this. I'm really almost at the end of the wits. I'm even thinking about going into a total sabbatical, not a part-time sabbatical, but a complete sabbatical. Not even making videos any longer, because I see that black people are just going to be totally destroyed. They destroying themselves. There's no real leader structure among us. It's like desecration, total desecration. It's like we don't have no type of sense of direction at all. So, yes, I have a right to feel like I do, or why I don't want to be around black people. You could call me Uncle Tom or Sambo or Coon and all that, all you want to. And those who have left the black community, as you always complain about, and went and moved somewhere out into the suburbs, whether you want to say they out there with Whitey, or they ran from their community. And listen, we ain't got no community. We just slaves, like somebody say. We ain't got no damn slaves. Don't have no community. Ain't no such thing as slaves with a community. So stop it. Really, cut it out. But like I said, though, we just have to understand and realize that, at the point in time where we at, there's zero trust among us. As a matter of fact, and it goes back to my own experience in life and where I come from. And it's like every time I see black people, it's like I got to put my guards up even higher. Though I'm out here around a bunch of white folks too, including the racist ones, and it's like, but every time I see blacks, it seems like I got to put my guards up an extra more higher. Because I don't know what they might be planning on doing. This is the reality with black people. And I know where I'm from, back east. If I was living somewhere back east, like Detroit, Chicago, Philly, New York, Baltimore, Atlanta, DC, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Louisville, Nashville, Memphis, you know what I'm saying? New Orleans, Oakland, California, somewhere out on the West Coast. you know what time it'll be. I really have to wake up being on my guard every day, feeling like I'm a prisoner in my own home, and all kind of crazy stuff. That's just the reality of being among other black people. That's just how the reality is. Whether you want to, like I say, whether you want to accept what I'm saying or not, hey, that's not, it don't matter to me either way. But all I'm just saying is that, I know there will be some of you, besides those who don't understand what I'm saying in this video, but I know there will be some of you who do understand. And that's all good as well, you know. But like I said, you know, I mean, the reality is I'm just trying to point out that if you black and you trying to do something successful in life, to better your own condition, your own family condition, hey, if it's necessary that you got to move somewhere where you ain't got to be around a bunch of crazy niggas, because that's what they are. I usually don't use that word in my videos, but I just want to give you a clear understanding where I'm coming from with that. Then, by all means, if you could afford it, pack up and leave. Get out of there. You know, go to the suburbs, yeah. Go to a town, a city where it ain't nothing but, where it ain't hardly no black people, okay? Yeah. Yeah, I'm saying it, yeah. Do that, by all means. I mean, sometimes we got to take risk. We already in a diamond rough situation just being black in America, you know? But you want to take more safe than sorry measures too. I mean, that's just part of the reality of this situation. Because Negroes ain't coming together, as it don't seem like. We not coming together, as it seems, at this point in time. You know, you can't even take wisdom of advice when it comes to someone proposing something like the Mississippi campaign, and it just fall on deaf ears. Something that ain't never been tried. You know, it's taken as a complete joke, but everything else you tried ain't worked as far as bettering our condition as a people in general. You see, but you laugh at something that ain't been tried. So, you know, I mean, that's like I say, black people are just pathetic. And I'm not saying all of us is on that same mentality, thinking wavelength, but it's millions and millions of us is, you know, and that's just the reality of it, you know. And I'm not, like I said, you know, I mean, you know I might sound critical, even when I'm speaking about us as a people, to include myself, because I am a part of us. But hey, it is what it is. And I don't, like I said, I don't take back what I say. Because I know we could do better. But like I say, we not trying to. You know, we got the capabilities, the talents, the potential, but we not trying to. You know? And I'm not finna wait around for a bunch of niggas, especially millions of niggas, or even thousands of niggas to make a difference. Once again, let me slow down, because I don't like using that N word. But I mean, yeah, it is what it is. I mean, we need to stop this. For we totally destroy ourselves before we do become totally exterminated. You know, we already got external forces working to help make that happen, and we ain't doing nothing but helping them by demonstrating the actions that we demonstrate. Like they say, we ain't got to lynch them or kill them no more. They doing it to themselves. You know, and a lot of us know that that's the truth and still don't care. You know, still don't care. Doing what you got to do anyway, because you got to what? Survive. So you sell dope to your brother or sister, who you call your brother or sister, or to those that look like you, or you shoot them or kill them and rob them because you trying to survive. I mean, you know, or you trying to get over on them. You trying to even set up your own mother or father to kill them. You know, because you trying to out of the necessity of survival. You know, but hey, you know, it's like this here. And don't sit up and tell me this happens in every race and ethnic group. I'm not trying to hear that. We are at an all-time low as black people in this country. We're below everybody else. We don't even have the affordability to complain about or say what another race is doing, even if they doing it to each other. We not them. Okay, we've been in slave bondage almost 500 years in this country. Have they been in slave bondage? Have their ancestors been lynched or forced to pick cotton and sugar cane? You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to, you know, I mean, I don't want to hear that. We are total different people from everybody else, uniquely wise in this nation and world, okay? You know, when it comes to all that, you know, and like I said before, you know, we need to understand and realize that we just in too much of a bad position to keep, you know, going on the excuses of why we do what we do to each other. I'm not finna accept it. And I know there are some people who I still deal with that's not going to accept it either. And by right, they ain't got to, just like I ain't got to. You know? So like I said before, you know, it's at a point in time right now that we need to, you know, think about this. You know, I mean, why even other black people don't want to be around other black people, period. I ain't talking about no other race of people. I'm talking about us. You know, why we don't want to be, some of us don't want to be around each other. Why you think? Here where I'm at locally, blacks look at me crazy because, oh, you ain't speaking to me, or you think you better than me? You know, yeah, take it like you want to. But I see what I see. You know, and I know what I am, and I know what I ain't. So I ain't got to explain, and I'm grown, and I ain't got to explain nothing to nobody for why I feel the way I feel and why I, you know, handle the situations like I handle them. You know, because I see what I see. You know, and like I said, it's at a point right now where, you know, we can't even trust each other at all. You know, maybe 20, 30 years ago, it might have been even a little different then. But that little difference is no longer existent. You know? So, like I said, we are in a bad position, you know, as a people, that we need to just wake up and smell the coffee. We're hated by the rest of the world, we're not even liked by a lot of our own. And don't sit up and tell me it's because of self-hatred. I would love for somebody to tell me that it's because of self-hatred. Stop that. Self-hatred ain't always got nothing to do with why other black folks don't want to be bothered with other black folks. And I've always said that, long as I can remember. It's different levels to reasons for why black people don't want to be bothered with other black people. And self-hate ain't the only reason. Self-hate may be the reason. Yeah, I get that, but it's not the only reason. Have you ever sat back and thought about that? Especially those of you in the pro-black conscious community that always spit that self-hate, that word self-hate all the time out your mouth. I mean, just take a step back and think on that. It's not always the case with self-hatred. Just, folks don't want to be bothered with a bunch of buffoonery and craziness and ignorant type stuff, It's just that simple. Folks just don't want to be bothered with a bunch of ignorant ass stuff. How about that? Put simply as it can be, So like I said, I mean, it is what it is. And I'm not going to, like I say, I'm not going to hold back. Nor take back what I say in this regard, or what I'm speaking about in this video. I'm just not. And like I said, hey, take it as you want. and no disrespect or malice or offense attended to nobody, but I just had to speak the truth like it is. And what I'm feeling and with what I see. So, I mean, hey, I don't know what else to tell you other than that. But like I say, it's looking bad. And like I said, a little while down the line in the future, y'all may not be hearing from me in social media at all. And like I said, hey, y'all may not even be, like I say, y'all. I just don't want to be bothered. It's just a bunch of craziness with us, a bunch of silliness, pathetic, ignorant, irrational stuff going on with us that we just can't pull it together. And then we wonder why we in this position and predicament that we're in as a people, because we cannot see, beyond our short-sighted mentality that we got in most cases of us, And so, this is why we get what we get. This is why what's happening to us as a people is happening to us, And like I said before, it's going to keep happening to us until we all eventually become exterminated. I'll be honest, when that time comes, I don't even want to be around. I don't even want to be alive, to tell you the truth. I mean, all I could say is get with reality and get out of fantasy. Get out of the fantasy way of thinking and get straight to reality, because that's what you're facing. Well, that's what's facing you, and that's what you facing, whether you know it or not. So, I mean, I got other things I need to do, but I just want to leave you with this. I won't call it a rant because I'm gonna title the video as I'm gonna title it, but you need to really take a look at why I'm saying what I just said in this video. And hey, take it and run with it however you want, but at least look at the realities that I implicated in what I was saying from the beginning of this video to now the coming ending of this video. Because like I said, people don't want to be bothered with ignorance. I mean, it's like I'm almost when I see another black person, whether it's a male or female, it's like I'm almost wondering what's gonna happen. And I'm talking about on the negative aspect. And that's bad when one got to look at their own people like that. But it's a reason for that. It's definitely a reason for that. It is definitely a reason for that. And that's why I decided to speak on what I chose to speak about in this video. Because it's a reason for that. We are against each other. We have no love whatsoever for each other. It's like Marcus Garvey said almost a century ago, the black man is his worst enemy. And that still stands on truth today, even more so than it did when he was alive. I mean, just look around you. Just look around you. And if you can't, if you can't see that, then I don't know what to say otherwise, because, the writing is all on the wall, or as someone would say, the proof is in the pudding, it's right in front of your face to see, it's right there in front of your face to see, it's right in front of your face to see. So I really ain't got to, I really didn't have to tell you that, but there's a lot of you who can't see that. So I'm just kind of, in hindsight, I'm just trying to open up your eyes a little just to see what's already written on the wall, and why stuff is getting worse for black people in this country every day. We're the most hated in the world, the most despised, disrespected. You see? But then when you got your own people don't want to be bothered with you, you can't even blame some of them. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So like I said before, you might as well just go on ahead and like I say, hopefully get rid of that fantasy way of thinking and come on home to reality, because that's where it's at, and hey, I have no qualms about saying what I say, because I feel the way I feel, and it's gonna be like that. And it ain't nothing you can say or tell me as far as, changing how I see the situation, like I see it, So, hey, you might as well just, not waste your time trying to convince me why I should be around other black people, why I should stick with my own, why I should move around my own kind. I know some of you who gonna be looking at this video gonna say, listen to this coon, look at this sample. He full of self-hate. Yeah, okay, whatever. I could less care about that. I'm just speaking the truth for reality, And hey, you could take it, like I say, how you want to take it. But we're so we're caught up in so much savagery. I can't see myself in the next couple of years I probably will be somewhere where I won't even hardly see a black face at all. Another black person at all. But you know what? I'm fine with that. You know? And to be honest with you, since I've been away from bigger metropolitan areas in this country, to be honest with you, I've been more focused. I've been more it's like a more of a state of what they call tranquility, you know. And some of you might say, how can you be in a state of tranquility if you're around a bunch of white folks, especially white folks that hate? Let me tell you something. First of all, it's a way to deal with everything. And it's a way to deal with racism. Okay? You know, but at least one thing you need to know when you're dealing with that situation, at least you know what you're dealing with. But when you're dealing with a bunch of Negroes that's caught up in a bunch of buffoonery, savagery, as you want to say, self-hatred, killing one another, basically over nothing, 90-some% of the time. Even your own elderly don't feel safe around you. We the only group of people in this country that don't have no love and respect nor protect our elderly. Why I want to be around people like that? I mean, you know, just think about it. You know, just think about it. We're very pathetic. And yes, if we could ever get this Mississippi campaign thing off the ground, that would effectively, that has the ingredients implicatedly to effectively deal with all that for once and for all. But like I said, the proposal of that idea fell on many deaf ears. You know, I mean, you know, and it's like, we need to wake up. You know, there's a lot of black people that's leaving, moving out the black community. That's why they leaving cities like Detroit, Chicago, Oakland. Not just because of economic reasons, because they don't want to be around no ignorant, crazy niggas. Excuse me, let me take that back. I don't even know why that word keep coming out my mouth, but I just say a bunch of ignorant individuals or people. How about that? You know, because like I said, I usually in these videos, I try not to use that word, but hey, you know, I mean, I guess I'm so amped up in this video and just speaking my heart out. Hey, sometimes things just keep repeatedly coming out my mouth that shouldn't. But as far as that word, I have to say I do apologize. But again, I must still tell the truth like it is. And hey, I'm not going to, like I say, hold back on nothing I say when it comes to this regard. And with that said, I'm Audi 5000 and I'm out of here. Peace.